With all of the media attention and focus on the C-17 Globemaster III after the incident during the evacuation of Afghanistan, it's worth taking a look at this C-17, which is an early test C-17 that was at Edwards Air Force Base. It's now at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base outside Dayton, Ohio, and this gives us an opportunity to look at the area where those videos were generated of all the people clinging to the side of the aircraft. So let's take a look right now. Now, in those videos, which were pretty difficult to follow because they were just shot by somebody who was on the runway as the aircraft taxied to takeoff, this is the area of the aircraft that we saw with that big crowd of people hanging onto the aircraft. Now, when you see it here, you can gain a sense of how they were able to crowd onto the aircraft. The main landing gear doors of the C-17 Globemaster III are enormous, and they provide a big flat area. So when you look at all the people that are crowded on the aircraft holding on to it, not only do they have a place to stand on this main landing gear door, but in addition to that, you can see the doors that are open because of the position of the main landing gear struts. That gave them something to hang on to. Now, in addition to that, there was a brief moment when one of the people who was clinging to the outside of the aircraft as it taxied for takeoff and began its takeoff run was actually reaching for this vent door that's right there. For whatever reason, perhaps the person thought that that was a way for them to gain entry to the aircraft. And then, of course, there's that tragic video that surfaced that showed what appears to be two people falling off of the aircraft as it flew away after takeoff, and obviously they didn't survive. Now, how were those people able to cling to this aircraft in flight for so long? Well, there were suggestions that they may have crawled up inside the landing gear. And we can take a look at this landing gear here and see if that's even plausible. So that's a look inside the landing gear of the C-17. There's not much room for a person in there. Maybe there was somebody hanging on the outside of the aircraft, but remember that when the aircraft retracts its landing gear, when the landing gear goes up inside of the aircraft, this large door closes and it's flush with the bottom of the aircraft. Additionally, those doors up there, they also close. So there's nothing to hold on to anymore. And unfortunately, those people that were trying to leave Afghanistan and find their way to freedom just had no way to hang on to the aircraft anymore. It's no wonder that they fell to their deaths.